Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Opposition Report, our brand new show here on Royals TV, where we speak to a fan from the team we will be playing at the weekend. I'm here today with Jake from Here for the Lincoln podcast. He's a Lincoln City fan. He's going to tell us all about Lincoln. First of all, Jake, how are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you. It's been a long couple of months, hasn't it, since the season ended? I can think of all those weeks ago when we played Wrexham at home on the final day. It's dragged, but luckily for someone like me, I've got my cricket to get me through the summer. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm eager. I've been to a couple of pre-season friendlies this week.
Yeah.
Um, just
Looking
ready
forward
for the
to it.
routine. Just ready for the routine. Like, I need
Yeah.
like going to the games on a Saturday. It becomes part of your psyche, doesn't it? So I'm looking forward to getting back down the bank on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Bank's a great ground as well. I haven't actually been there myself, but I'm looking forward to going on Saturday. I've heard a lot of fans around League One really like going there, so I'm looking forward to experiencing the atmosphere. Let's start with pre-season for you guys. It's been a bit of a mixed results. Obviously, you played six, won three, lost three, I believe. Wins over Hull and West Brom and defeats the Huddersfield and Bromley were the ones I picked out. Let's start with the West Brom win being the most recent one. First of all, were you at the game and what were your impressions of pre-season as a whole for you guys?
Yeah, I was at the West Brom game, and I was also at the Grimsby game, and it's quite good, I think, to pick those two apart because they were only 3 or 4 days apart from one another. Grimsby on Tuesday, the lads looked like they'd never played together before. Grimsby, a League Two team, were cutting through us like no business. The players that I expected to play really well didn't play well. But then on Saturday, against much tougher opposition in West Brom, they completely changed it and they put out probably the best performance in pre-season. Um, Played really well, pressed West Brom. I think it helped. We were 2-0 up in 3 minutes. Jovan Makama, he's certainly someone that Reading fans need to look out for. Scored a couple of goals early on. And we really ran them ragged. This is a West Brom team that had a lot of first-team players in. Nat Phillips played, Alex Mowat played, Josh Griffiths. And it was pretty much their first. I wouldn't anticipate they make a host of changes for the first game of the season the week after us. But yeah, it's been decent. We had a couple of games. The Bromley game out in Portugal where was good for all weather training and things like that. The Huddersfield game, I mean, that was played sort of over. I think it was 3 40-minute periods, and by the end of the second 40-minute period, we were 3-1 up when our first team had come off. We put the kids on and we lost 5-3, so I don't think there's too much to worry about there. Wins over Hull and Leicester as well; they were quite good ones. But yeah, it's been okay. It's pre-season; results don't matter. It's the stuff on Saturday in the league that we're all caring about.
You say it's always hard to tell based on preseason games. You don't really look at the results, do you? And like the Huddersfield game for me, I'm looking at it from the outside. Obviously, saw you guys lost, but I wouldn't have known that you switched your whole 11, and that's the reason why you
Mm.
lost. Let's talk about your transfer business. Obviously, we're address the elephant in the room. Um, your captain has joined us, Paudie O'Connor. How big of a miss is he going to be for you guys this season?
Yeah, Paudy. God, I'm going to get emotional just talking about it because he left. Yeah, Paudy was great for Lincoln. Like seriously, very, very good. His first year, he made a really good partnership with Regan Poole. It felt like a bit of a cheat code having those two at the back. To be honest, at that time, I think it says a lot about Paudy as a person that he was made captain in his second season. He's not the most vocal of captains. You might know he might not be captain at Reading. I don't actually know, but he's not a vocal one. But he does lead behind the scenes. I have seen it behind the scenes. He was a great player. 23, 24, he was a massive part of as to why we made that really good run towards the back end of the season. That nearly saw us finishing the playoffs. And then last year, I mean, I cover League One as on a sort of general level with Nappers. And I think there was probably only one centre half in the league better than Paulie last season. That probably was Christoph Clara at Birmingham. I don't think anyone was better, and the stats will back that up: blocks, interceptions, tackles, aerial duels won. He was outstanding. And when a player comes to you and you're Lincoln, and you can only offer them so much when you've got big clubs in the league like Reading and others that we have sold to this summer, it becomes impossible for us to keep a hold of someone as good as Paudie O'Connor. And I think the age that he's at, he needed a new challenge. He needed to go and really test himself and try and get in the Championship, which I think he can do with Reading. But he's a massive loss. He's very hard to replace. But in my opinion, we've replaced pretty well in Sonny Bradley. He's come in, he had a really good loan spell at Wycombe last year. He's got promoted out at this level before with Luton, with Derby. So he's been there, got the T-shirt, and had some experience with our really younger players as well. But look, Pordy, or I refer to him as Skip, is going to be such an incredible miss for us. He's a top player, and I hope you guys enjoy him at Reading. Just I hope he has a shocker on Saturday.
It's good to hear. I'm very much excited to watch him play. Obviously, hearing all the things from yourself and other League One fans, I know a lot of clubs were after him in League One as well. So that's always good. It wasn't just Pordy that left as well. You might have to correct my pronunciation of these two names, but Ethan Arahon and
Ethan Arahan, that's right, yeah.
Sean Rowan left, but you
Sean Rowan, yeah, spot on.
Rowan with Riley Towler. So talk to me first of all about Ethan and Sean, and then about the incoming of Riley.
Yeah, so Sean's an academy player that Lincoln brought. Well, he's an Irish lad, but we brought him over from the Republic of Ireland at 15. We put him through school. He's come through our academy system, made his debut in the COVID season that was all behind closed doors, so 2021, and hasn't looked back since he's been a part of the first team. He's left-footed centre back. In my opinion, he's probably one of the best left-footed centre backs in the league, and he's only 22 or 23. He's gone to Huddersfield. We've got a good compensation package for him. Again, similar to Pordy, we can't compete with wages and things like that. He was out of contract. What we offered him probably wasn't going to be anywhere near what he could make outside. And Sean played 46 games out of 46 last year, didn't miss a single minute in the league. So he's going to be really difficult to replace. And hopefully we can go on to Riley. He goes some way to doing that. Ethan Arahan, I'll say this with my chest. I think he's the best number 6 in League One. Outstanding holding midfielder. I was 12 months ago after that run nearly into the League One playoffs. So he was being linked with West Brom, Sheffield United, Coventry City. So it's a little bit disappointing that after a maybe not so good campaign, he's gone to Bolton. Bolton, big football club, way better than us, and more chance of getting promoted. But it's disappointing given where he has been linked before to where he's ended up. But still a really technically gifted player, very good at picking up interceptions. We still need to replace him. We've not replaced him yet. And you'd imagine with the money that we've got, we might try and do that in a couple of weeks, in the next coming weeks. Riley's an interesting one. He's been around for quite a while, it feels, coming through at Bristol City. He's obviously got the viral clip of him saying there were more doors than windows. I'm not sure if you've seen that with his Bristolian accent, but we've all fallen in love with him. He played pretty well for Pompey's League One title winner with Portsmouth, of course. Left-footed centre-back, which there aren't many of, but we've now got 2, which is quite weird. But he's sort of playing as a left-back in a back 4, and he's really a centre-back. So I don't know. I'm hoping long-term. He's on a 4-year contract. He's only 23. Hopefully we can get him playing more in that centre-back position. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how he gets on. He was really good on Saturday, scored against West Brom. So yeah, he's a good player, I think. But I think, like most players, when they end up at Lincoln, they need a little bit of work to do before we can go and sell them for hopefully millions of pounds. We'll have to wait and see.
So if you had to grade your transfer window, we're talking A, B, C, D, what would you say?
Oh, at the minute, we don't have a left back. We don't have another. I think we need 3 more. I think we need a natural left back because we don't have one. We need a wide player. I think that's probably going to come in the form of like a Premier League loan or something like that. Hopefully, we can try and recreate what we had with Brennan Johnson and Morgan Rogers all those years ago. And then we need a number 6, an Ethan Arahan replacement. So I still think there's work to do. I like what we've done. I reckon if I was marking myself at school, marking the director of football at school, I'd give him maybe a C at the moment. Still work to improve.
Not bad though, just around average. Let's move on to the game itself. Saturday, 3 o'clock, of course. I believe we've nearly sold out our entire. Can't speak. Nearly sold out our entire allocation. Who do those fans that are traveling on Saturday for Reading need to watch out for? Who's the player that you think will cause us the most damage?
Well, the name James Collins should ring a bell because he scored the winning goal at your ground over the Easter weekend. He's a bagsman. He scored 10 in 20 at the back end of last season. And he's 34, but I think he's only getting better with age. And I think Collins, he's been given the number 9 shirt this year. I think Colo's in for a big season. And traditionally at League One level, he is just a goal scorer. He's a 1 in 3 player at this level. The other one, I mentioned him earlier when I spoke about the West Brom friendly, Jovan McCarmer. if you cast your mind back to when we played you at home last season, I believe you had young Garcia played left back, and he absolutely tore him to shreds. Like he's just the complete opposite to Garcia. He's like 6'4", 6'5", massive. He's quick. He's powerful. He's strong. And he's really come on over the last sort of 12 months or so. So Jovan Makama, I think he might well be our best player this season. He's only 20, 21, so he's got a really high ceiling. So definitely those two. Tendai Dorico won our fans player of the year last year. He had a very good season at right back. But in terms of going forward, the players that are really going to hurt Reading, it's going to be Colo and Makama.
What formation are you expecting Michael Skabala to play? Or what's he kind of been playing with in pre-season so far?
Well, 4-2-3-1 particularly. When he came in sort of mid-season in 23-24, we were so ingrained playing 3-5-2, and because it did so well, he sort of stuck with it for the start of last year. But we did play 4-2-3-1s in a couple of games before Christmas. In the game against you guys, which we won pretty convincingly from what I remember, and against Stockport, which we won convincingly. Then he went back to the three at the back, and then the second half of the season, maybe around February, he went back to the 4-2-3-1, which is really what he's wanted to play ever since he's come in. And I think form from maybe February to the end of the season, we were eighth in the league table. We had some really, really good wins over yourself, Bolton. We beat Huddersfield. We drew away at the Valley against Charlton. So we had some really good results. So 4-2-3-1 with three players behind the lone centre forward, two really, really quick wingers that like to get at your fullbacks and put balls in. And then you've got Jack Moylan in the 10, who's a really tricky customer. So yeah, 4-2-3-1, I would imagine we're going to line up with on Saturday.
Good to hear. And can I get a score prediction for the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, Ryan, I can't lie, based off this West Brom game and the fact we've always tended to get the number on Reading since you guys got relegated into League One. I think we've got 3 wins and one draw against you. I think we drew at your place 1-1 in the 23-24 season.
2 wins, 2 draws, because I've got a feeling we drew with you away as well.
Maybe, but
But,
we've not lost against Reading
yeah,
since
no,
they come
no.
down anyway, which is quite impressive. So I'm going to go 3-1 Lincoln. I think we start off well, and I'm not. This isn't to discredit Reading because I think Reading will go really well this year. I've put you guys within the playoff conversation. I've got you guys 8th this season, so I think it's still going to be a good year for Reading. But we tend to start seasons pretty well, certainly at home. And we're a big crowd, big away fans. That's the time our players really step up when a team brings a big away following. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Lincoln, but I am going to say Paudy's going to score and hopefully hold his hands up and not celebrate.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that one. I'm obviously hoping for a nice Porty winner, but we'll see what happens with that. Starting on Saturday, where are you expecting to finish the season? What would you say is your aim personally, but what do you reckon the club's aim will be as well?
I would like to see us try and get in the top 6 this year. We've sort of been a top half between 7th and 10th or 11th, sorry, for like 3 years now. So I'd like to see us go and make that next step and get in the playoffs. But I will bring it back to budget. We probably have a bottom 5, bottom 6 budget in the league. So anywhere above where you lie in the budget table is seen as a success. I imagine we're going to be anywhere from maybe 9th to about 13th. But if we make some really good signings, a couple of loan signings and some good permanent ones, I think we could maybe try and gate crash the top 6. But I'm expecting us to be steady Eddie in mid-table.
That's great, Jake. Thank you very much for your time. Where can people check out your work? Obviously, you're here for the Lincoln podcast, but is there anywhere else they can check you out as well?
Yeah, of course. On Twitter at Jake_Tong98. I post pretty much about League One stuff all the time. We have the Here for the Lincoln podcast, which is a Lincoln City podcast. If you are interested in getting the lowdown on Lincoln, please come and check us out. The @ to that is in my bio on Twitter. So if that encourages you to go to my Twitter, go and check that out. And also, as a general League One thing, me and a guy called Nappers, who's a Fleetwood fan, we do League One content on a Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Where we round off all the results of the weekend, and we talk a lot. We'll talk a lot about Reading, hopefully positively this season, like we did last year. So yeah, come and check those out. That would be great.